Oh, the freedom to learn. What would that feel like? What would that experience be like?
So freedom to learn, what a fascinating theme. I think when I associate to this, I get in touch as a teacher in the classroom, how I've been able to sort of come out from under a script, specifically the expert in the room.
Freedom from assumptions about who sets the learning agenda, about what is going to be learned in advance.
Freedom to and freedom for, which points us to think of freedom within relationships, responsible, responsive relationships.
So, if I have learned anything this semester, is that it is through aliveness that we truly experience freedom to learn.
Freedom to play with learning, freedom to explore liberation, freedom to experience joy in the classroom, freedom to explore, to practice.
Learning outcomes can be problematic because they can preclude and obfuscate trust built on relationships.
Starting class by intensely going over every detail on every page of the syllabus, I could feel that I was losing the students and their attention. I could see it in their body language. I could sense it in the room's atmosphere. 1 hour in our first class, I simply felt like I was killing it with so much setting up of behavioral expectations and contractual obligations.
You know, Freud said that education was an impossible profession, and I would say that today it's an unbearable profession because we've gotten so locked into these scripts and ways of taking up roles that sort of create this collusion of the false self on both sides, both the teacher and the student. And knowledge is sort of this tyrannical, um, imprisoning kind of form of I guess aggressive dominance. Who has it? Who doesn't? There is a profound sense of unfreedom.
I simply let go of the reins of the class, embracing uncertainty and just letting things unfold. Interestingly, once material things like PowerPoint slides and syllabus were set aside, we could finally look at each other in the eyes. So at that stage, we were able to start opening our hearts, sharing thoughts, which were all crucial for a process of connecting and reconnecting and engaging in a caring relatedness with one another.
Getting in touch with my own sort of laughable ignorance and being sort of an object worthy of a sort of critique and laughter and humor. And through doing that, I should hope that my students can also let their guard down a bit and also kind of move out from their script.
Winnicott observed and wrote about a very fundamental dynamic in human interaction. And that is that in order to explore, to be able to deeply engage, as children, we play only when we first have that secure attachment to our care provider. And this attachment that we're very sure of enables us to turn our backs and to explore the world, its limits, its textures, its meanings. He believed that this attachment that is needed in childhood stays with us through the rest of our lives, and any deep work, inventive, creative, or educational, requires this relational foundation.
Freud also says that knowledge will not cure the symptom. And I think psychoanalytically, it's interesting to think about what we're doing in the classroom by sort of perpetuating this sort of tyranny of knowledge at the expense of what we might think of as truth. Truth being that we are fallible subjects, that we do not know, and that we're actually contradictory.
And work with anxieties in the classroom rather than developing so many university institutional defenses against them, procedures, performances, rituals, which rather than facing our anxieties, instead amplify them.
it's good as adults to play with embodied activities that can help us become resensitized to the relationality of our learning.
So we've been growing together as a class and really continue to do so. Indeed, the safe space that we've created in between us in just a few weeks provides an opportunity for continuing the self-discovery process of both the students and myself.
Some of the more profound moments of feeling free in the classroom are extremely risky. I think the more radical breaks are where the most sort of profound freedom of learning comes in.
So freedom to embrace struggle, freedom to fail, freedom to be held and contained through failure, through anxiety, through struggle, freedom to learn.